That's a fun song for sure. I like it. It's very Thanksgiving appropriate. Whew. Lost my breath there for a second. Alright, so hello, Vinkus Can here again for the third week of Lives in the Land of Oz. Woo! Alright, so like I said last week, we were gonna jump right into watching Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz. I have it ready, queued up, ready to go. I don't think I'm gonna try to share the screen on this one. I think I'm just gonna flip the camera to the TV and show everything that way. But yeah, but before we go and start that up, so I know everyone has seen the Wicked movie. If you haven't, I'm in that same boat. I still haven't seen it either. I know I pre-ordered it on Apple TV, but I don't know when that's going to come out. And like I said, I live in a small town where movies take weeks to get here. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before I can see it. So no spoilers. I know there's a lot of people that have seen it multiple times. I would like to just kind of see it, no spoilers, but actually maybe a few spoilers, because it would actually be kind of nice to just kind of know what I'm getting myself into. So yeah. I'm not all that sure what to expect still. I've heard some pretty impressive things. I'm a little, nervous about seeing it, honestly, but, what can you do? I'm very curious to see how this is all going to go and all that jazz. So, yeah. I mean, if you guys want to share your thoughts, for sure, let me know what you guys think. I don't know what to think yet. Have any of you seen it? I know I keep hearing people just rave about this movie, and I'm sure it's really good. I don't know what to expect. I know the story of Wicked. I've read through the whole 4 books. I know they just released another one that is a prequel story to the Wicked. I haven't even jumped into the AmeriCorps stories yet, where that focuses on Rain, the granddaughter of Elphaba. I haven't even checked those out yet. That'll be down the line, but yeah, so I know the story and I've seen the play, and I loved that that video that just keeps going around of the Glinda alphabet thing, and I love seeing all the different iterations of people doing their different interpretations of it, and just I love how the makeup just starts evolving, to be more interesting as the song goes on. And then definitely that Loathing song has, definitely swept socials, because I see a lot of people doing the Loathing song dance, specifically when everyone is walking through the Shiz quad area. Yeah. So it'll be cool just to see it. I think the part I really am wanting to know more about is the beginning stories, her younger years, because I feel there just isn't a lot that's discussed in the play, but I'm hoping with the movie they really go further with that, so yeah, it'll be cool just to kind of see. Okay, so let us go ahead and start the movie up. So this is Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz. It was written, I want to say, or released sometime around late 80s. And it basically kind of combines the stories of the second story with a little bit from the third story of Baum's Oz books. And then they've also introduced like all new characters into it. So yeah, let's go check this out. Let's go see how it is. I've seen it a few times. And I gotta tell you, it gets weirder and weirder every time I watch it. But it's still fun. It's still cute. It's got a good message to it. It definitely encompasses that whole transitionary period of Thanksgiving to Christmas to and yeah, so I don't want to give away any spoilers. I want you guys just kind of check it out if you haven't seen it. Let me go ahead and let's go ahead and start this up. Let's pause it for a sec, turn this around so you can see this. I wonder if there's a way to go this way and then haha, maybe. Okay, let's see if that works and stays good. Okay, Dorothy, this is Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz. It's also been called Dorothy in the Land of Oz. And then when we finish it, I will also show you the book that it's written on, because there's a book that's called The Green Gobbler of Oz. So all three of these titles merge and become exactly this story. So let's go ahead and check it out, shall we?
Dorothy, wake up, dear. Dorothy, tomorrow's moving day. There's lots to do.
Oh, Aunt Em, I was back in Oz.
You mean you were dreaming?
Oz is more than just a dream.
Yeah, so it does kind of use that whole dreaming piece that was from the MGM film. But as we end up seeing, as the story progresses, we may get the answer of whether or not it really was a dream or not. This, of course, is their kitchen. This is the old house. Apparently, they have rebuilt it since the tornado and gotten all new stuff, which is awesome. So yeah, let's keep checking.
No time to discuss that again. You get dressed, young lady. You got to help with the farewell dinner.
Seems hardly worth all the effort.
Henry, tomorrow we lose this old farm to the bank. Today may be the last time the family is together.
Guess you're right. We've got to make this a goodbye feast to remember.
But if you both are gonna live in the old folks' home, and I'm staying with my cousins, we won't see each other hardly at all.
There's always a U.S. mail.
Whoa, what did she just say?
Look, somebody's stealing a mince pie.
Come back here, you!
I'm sorry, did I really just hear that right? The old folks' home? Oh my goodness, what is happening in this world right now? Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Like, they're just gonna separate the Dorothy from her aunt and uncle just so easily. I can't with that right now. All right, let's go back.
Quite correct, my dear.
You! Toto! It's the Wizard of Oz!
Last no more of the wizards, my dear. I've come upon hard times since ballooning back to Kansas. I didn't think you'd mind if I, sort of borrowed this.
Well, for goodness sakes, you're invited to our farewell dinner, isn't he, Toto? What? Are you
Yes, more the pity. It was my latest balloon which brought me to this sorry state. I created a great big gas bag in the shape of a turkey, hoping to rent it out for celebrations and parades. But nobody wanted it.
No wonder. Why'd you make it so ugly?
Wait, son, I got this great inspiration for the and I constructed it before dawn. A piece of sage advice, my dear. Never create a masterpiece in the dark. It's got to turn out to be a turkey. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh,
It's
oh.
going away.
Oh.
I got it.
Help, Toto!
Hey, hang on, child. You can't fall. Hey, there's enough gas in there to lift you around the world.
Oz is everything that Oz can be.
So we're gonna completely ignore the fact that there's a child floating up into the clouds. You know, apparently, like, the aunt and uncle have no idea that this is happening. No one's going to be like, "Hey, oh my goodness, what?" So this is one of the first songs. I think it's Oz is here. Oz, we'll hear it. All right.
Find that magic, and then soon you'll see this sad world through children's eyes. Find the first time you saw summer skies. See what's under all that rainbow glow. Find the wonder only kids can know. All the hope and joy and harmony. Everything that Oz can be.
Oh,
Oz is more
are those mountains houses? Oh, the trees have eyes too. They don't look so angry. And where's the apples? It's a different forest.
And off went Dorothy into that fantastic sky. Nothing more than a mince pie and a dog Toto. And when she finally came down, she found herself in a fantastic place. As magical as it was familiar.
Oh, golly! It's the enemy! Hello, enemy! I give up.
What makes you think I'm the enemy?
Anybody who carries a pumpkin pie is the enemy to me.
It's not pumpkin. It's mint. See?
Oh, well, then you're a friend. The name's Jack Pumpkinhead. Welcome. Sit.
A friend of Dorothy? Does he actually know what a mince pie is? And is that vegan? I have no idea. Can you even make a vegan mince pie? I'm guessing you can. Anyway, sorry.
Sit down. Let me take your pie.
I'm Dorothy.
Oh,
And I haven't met anyone like you since...
oh, oh,
Oh dear, this isn't Kansas, is it?
oh.
California.
You're getting warmer. Welcome to Winkle Country, ma'am.
Isn't that in the land of Oz?
Winkle?
Due west of the Emerald City, former home of the Wicked Witch.
The witch? She didn't come back to life, did she?
She's still a-pushing up the ball piece.
That's relief.
We don't got to get
Oh,
your relief.
oh.
Now we got someone
That's-
worse.
Okay.
Tyrone,
Tyrone what?
the terrible.
Terrible what?
Toy Tinker.
Tyrone the terrible toy tinker?
Where is it? Oh my gosh! Oh my God, I
For what? There's nothing here.
Oh, that's right, there isn't, silly me.
Why were you so frightened?
Well, heck, you'd be frightened too. He does terrible things. He brings all the toys to life. And for all the wrong reasons.
Tyrone the terrible toy taker. He lived in a castle of terrible toy towns. High in Cupola Mountain, long dormant volcano. There he had his legions of lifeless lead lances. Toy soldiers meant to be brought to life by Tyrone. Once alive, they will march on the Emerald City and all Oz.
See, now that soldier part is actually from the that's from the second one, but there is also a Russian version where the antagonist in that story, Irfan Juice, actually creates a whole army of wooden soldiers. So that's actually a connection with that story right there. And as we can see, that's Jack Pumpkinhead, who also appears, makes his appearance in the second book? Possibly. I think it's the second I think it's the second one. Maybe,
You
yeah.
belong to Tyrone
But how can he bring toys to life?
with this.
Dr. Pippin's powder of life. To bring anything to life, sprinkle generously on the surface. Keep dry.
This here's the powder that brought me to life. When Dr. Pippin retired to the seashore, he entrusted what was left of his powder to me.
If this is all there is of it, I guess folks would do anything to steal it away.
Uh-huh. Tyrone was just about to get it when you swooped down on your monster bird and frightened him away. Oh, Mr. Birdie, sir, are you going to mind if I hide my keg of powder again?
Oh, he's not a real bird. He's just a balloon.
What did she say?
It was Tyrone the terrible toy taker. I can grab that keg and spread the powder on my poor old turkey balloon. Bring it to life.
Nay, bird, I brought you to life. I am your master. Your might and power will help me crush the Emerald City. And when my army of lead marches through the burning streets, death and destruction will reign. And those who remain alive will be our slaves. Yes, my giant friend, we will vanquish Oz. I hereby name thee Green Gobbler of Oz. Lift me, Green Gobbler, lift me to Kukala Mountain as my army of the living dead.
We've got to get to the Emerald City and warn. Warn. Who's in charge there now that the wizard's back in Kansas?
Ozma, the true queen of Oz.
Well, let's warn her.
No use. Emerald City is a 2-day walk from here. We'd never make it in time.
We've got to do something.
Well, now let me see. Oh, there's an underground passageway which leads to Google Mountain.
I don't follow.
You'll have to. I'm the only one who knows the way.
I mean, what good's a tunnel to Kukala?
Well, we can sneak up on Tyrone and steal back the powder before he uses it.
Won't he use it right away?
Uh-huh. Look, it's almost sundown. The powder of life only works by light of day.
Then let's get there before dawn. Come on.
But what about the tiger?
What tiger?
The passage is guarded by a
What
long,
tiger?
hungry tiger.
That's hilarious. I love that they added that rule of that the powder only works by the light of the day. That's a interesting thing, because I know in Return to Oz, I don't know if there was that condition. I think you just sprinkled it on, said a couple words, and it worked whether it was night or day. This one also didn't even require any words, but it apparently requires sunlight.
With something before he lets us through.
I know. We'll give him Aunt Em's
Now, just a minute, I got no desire to eat meal.
Oh my gosh. The bird just spoke words to me.
Und was do you expect me to speak? Numbers already?
Some of the powder of life must have landed on the pie before.
Si, senor.
But every time you speak, it's with a different accent.
Is it now? Sure. Just because me mince pies are made from a wee bit of everything. Ecumenical, as you might say.
Do you have a name?
My name is Crust. U.N. Crust.
Well, we certainly can't feed you and Crust to the tiger. We'll just have to find something else to feed him.
Now let me tell you, they were a brave little band. And somehow in one Dorothy,
UN crust. That's funny.
another little group of brave people. So to make time pass, Dorothy told Jack about the pioneers.
What are pioneers? Like munchkins?
No. They were the early settlers in my country. And they were all alone in the big, unfriendly wilderness. But they stuck it out. Uncle Henry said it was because they were full of beans, backbone, and a believing heart.
Beans, backbone, and a believing heart. I guess you need those things. Whether you're in the wilderness or in the land of our...
Oh, and here is the next song, Beans in Your Button.
Listen. Well, beans in your button, only back and a heart that wants to believe. Ain't nothing can hurt in this old world, ain't nothing can make you grieve. You'll stand up to the bullies, you'll help the weak along. And you'll never down when it all comes out, 'cause your heart will keep you strong. Well, beans in your button, hold up your back and a heart that wants to believe. Ain't nothing at all can get you down, ain't nothing you can't achieve. You'll find you can't stop trying from early morn till eve. With beans in your button, hold up your back and a heart that wants to believe. With beans in your button, hold up your back and a heart that wants to believe. That goes for pilgrims, that goes for you. They built a new world, and you can too. Beans in your button, open up your back and a heart that wants to believe. On a Sunday morning you'll be reborn with thunder up your sleeve. You'll build a new tomorrow to live the dreams you weave. With beans in your button, the bone of your back and a heart that wants to believe. With beans in your button, the bone of your back and a heart that wants to believe.
And when the pioneers settled the land and brought in their first crop, they held a great feast to give thanks.
I like fish, 'cause I'm hungry. Very, very hungry. I'm warning you. I said roar, and I meant roar.
But we've got nothing to feed you.
Nothing. Ha, you all look delicious, and I haven't had a...
And this is actually one of the iterations of the Hungry Tiger, who is also a character in, I believe, possibly, I think, the 4th or the 5th book, maybe the 6th book. But yeah, he actually is part of those stories as well. He actually might be part of the 3rd one. I can't remember. Do you guys know? Maybe you guys remember better than I do. All right, back to the story.
Fight in 3 days. Okay, I'll fight you. That's not what I meant. Roar!
We're sorry you're so hungry.
You're sorry. I should eat you up.
Oh,
Don't worry, I won't. I should, but I won't.
what's wrong? You can tell me.
Okay. You see, I'm the savage beast, and I've got an appetite for all sorts of things, from skinny chipmunks to fat babies.
Ew, wait, what?
Oh, you're telling me. Fat babies sound delicious, but I never eat any because my conscience tells me it's wrong. Oh, what good's a tiger whose conscience is stronger than his appetite?
I think you're a very good tiger.
No, I'm a good vegetarian, but I'm a very bad tiger.
Hey, vamos a darle ese picante. Ay, tiger, no como lo hace.
I sorry, I'm kind of stuck on. Did he really just say fat babies? Like, yeah. And what's funny is that's exactly how it's described in the books too. That's just got to be the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. But at least he does not do it because his conscience prevents him from eating it. So, yeah, like you said, a very good vegetarian.
You can eat it alone.
Right. He's so evil, your conscience certainly wouldn't bother you. What a nummy idea. A chubby Tyrone burger. Where's my mustard?
Ew, what? Oh my gosh.
Follow me. I know the way.
Well, by the time they'd gone a few more miles, they realized they were...
Hopelessly lost. I thought you knew the way. So did I.
But they only walked like a few steps. They got into the cavern and they was like, oh, we're lost now. that's that's funny stuff there.
There's a few more beans in the button.
Wait a minute. What's that glittering over there? A wind-up copper man. Hey, look. There's a brass nameplate.
It was Tic-Tac himself. Patent double action, extra responsive, thought-creating, perfect talking mechanical man who thinks, speaks, acts, and does everything. But really,
Good evening, pretty girl. Thank you for winding me. When I run down, I am helpless. Helpless, helpless, helpless. Thank you. How did you know?
It's what Uncle Henry always does when the butter churn gets stuck.
You are so kind. Perhaps I could help you.
Do you know the way to Kugula Mountain?
I will take you there. It's not very...
Now, here we have TikTok, right? What do you guys make of the difference between this one and Return to Oz? I know in Return to Oz he had 3 wind-up keys, and in this one it looks like he only has 1, and his hat is red here, whereas in Return to Oz his hat was the same color as him. So interesting. Yeah, so this is TikTok. I mean, what do you guys think? Different? Okay. I do like the difference. I really do. I like seeing different iterations, especially when there's all these like montage videos of people just showing all the different kinds of characters in one. So yeah. All right. Back to the movie to see where they go. Do they get lost again by taking a few more steps, or do they actually make it?
Not very, not very far. Follow me.
Come on, gang.
I can smell summer at last.
with Tic-Tac leading the way, they finally came to the end of the passage. But the exit was blocked.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Tyrone's castle of terrible toy towers was built right on the floor of the dead volcano's crater. Legions of still, silent dead soldiers stood at attention, ready to be brought to life at dawn.
We've got to work fast. Sun will be up soon.
What time is it?
I think it's 5:30.
It's sunshine eyes at 600 done.
Then let's get going.
I'm sorry, did the pie really just know the time of a sunset? That's hilarious. And they did say his castle was at the top of a dormant volcano. I'm not sure I understand how that's supposed to work, but because dormant means not even smoking, I don't think. But, let's see what happens.
Everything was moving along splendidly when suddenly, Tick-Tock ran down.
Wind him up.
Oh, that felt good. This way.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Yep. Thank you. Oh, no.
You wake up.
Oh.
I tried to eat it. Oh, golly, no.
Oh.
All Green Goblin may have been sleeping, but once awakened, he was one crikey dikey, I'll tell you. You know where that bird took Dorothy? Right into the clutches of Tyrone, the terrible toy-kicker.
You don't scare me.
Of course I do.
Do not.
You too. Darn. But
Sure.
wait till you see my monster living toys.
Let's get into an argument with a little child here. That's hilarious. No. Yes. No. All right.
Kansas girls don't scare easy.
Not even nervous?
No. I think you're just awful. You should be
Oh.
thankful you're a toy tinker who can create beautiful playthings to make kids happy. Instead, you try to make them slaves.
Cease. Oh, cease, child. Do not remind me of what I
Right.
might have been. I always wanted a nice little toy shop. My boyhood idol was Geppetto. But I took the wrong path.
You could always
Wait,
be born.
Geppetto?
It's too late.
It's not too late. You make toys, and soon it'll be Christmas, and you live in Oz.
Toys? Christmas? Oz? I don't get the connection.
And thus we have the name of our next song, Toys, Christmas, and Oz.
Three magic words that each kid knows. Christmas toys and Oz. In every heart, the wonder grows. Christmas toys and Oz. For Christmas is a special time of love and laughs and toys. And Oz can happen any day. A timeless land of joys. But kids grow up and soon forget those words of long ago. Till suddenly their own kids see with sparkling eyes aglow that Christmas still's a special time of love and laughs and toys.
What is that little baby toddler supposed to do with that box?
Every day, still timeless in its joys. When folks grow old and find it hard, remembering what was. The child they were will not forget. Christmas toys and Oz. You'll always have a child inside with Christmas toys and Oz.
Oh, see, now I'm convinced Glinda must be doing this because all of a sudden the snow stopped. Like, she heard Dorothy singing and was like, oh, we need snow, because she's obviously singing about Christmas, because that's obviously what I know. All right, let's finish this off.
Won't hear anymore. You're breaking an old villain's heart. Oh, it's morning. I could bring those soldiers to life now.
Wow, he changed his tune real fast.
What's that?
I just can't bring myself to do it.
Just think. Instead of Tyrone the Terrible, you'll be known as Tyrone the Terrific.
really think so?
Yep.
There he is!
Sick him.
Where's the salt and pepper? And where's my bib?
Wait, Tiger.
Get out of here!
He's not evil anymore.
Oh, no!
Way down on the old dead volcano crater.
Right.
The volcano is coming to life.
If the volcano erupts, only one thing can save us. Come, Green Gobbler!
Oh, they better hurry. Go on, go, sketch, shoot, fly away. They make it. Hey, they did. They were on their way to the Emerald City.
Right. Because, I mean, what would a kid's show be if they actually didn't make it? Of course they made it. It's an animated TV special. Alright, back in the Emerald City.
You have been brave, my dear, and so you shall be rewarded. Name your desire, Dorothy.
And this is Ozma. This is one of how she is originally drawn in many of the books. This with the two kind of rose flowers on the side, the big OZ on her crown, and then her staff. So this is supposed to be Ozma. She has definitely changed over the years, but definitely my favorite of all has always been the Ozma from Emerald City.
Most of all, I want to get back to Uncle Henry and Aunt Anne.
But you have made so many friends here on your 2 visits. Have you friends like these at home?
No, ma'am. But I'm going to have to move away from everybody I love and live with practically strangers.
Then instead of sending you back, let me... Look, child. Look. Look to the rainbow sky.
It's my house. From Kansas.
Em, I was just about to carve the bird and... My goodness! Dorothy wasn't dreaming all those times.
Uncle Henry. Oh, Auntie Em. Welcome to Oz.
Well, Aunt Em had made so much turkey and all, and there was plenty for everybody. They all lived happily ever after. How do I know? Because I came along for the ride.
Oh, this is wonderful. It's good to have you home.
Home?
Home is where the heart is. And we're home at last.
And the ending of that actually is similar to book 6, where Aunt Em and Uncle Henry actually do end up moving to the land of Oz. So as you can see, this movie definitely has included a lot of elements from like the 2nd, 3rd, and 6th books over like the course of a 25-minute film. But yeah, let's see some credits here. Alright, let me turn this around. Alright, so that is Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz. What did you guys think? Was it as weird as I thought it would be? Yes, absolutely. It was. It's a funny story. There is definitely some weird moments in there. Not sure like why they needed to add a mince pie, a talking mince pie, and give him a name. How did he know what his name was? So that must be part of the magic. But yeah, so that's Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz. I found it funny that like apparently we started at Thanksgiving, jumped to Christmas, and then back to Thanksgiving. Was that song a dream? Oh, yeah. Although, according to that movie, if you use Jack's heads for pumpkin pie, you'd be an enemy of Jack Pumpkinhead. I don't know how that works. I know in the books, his heads actually go bad, so maybe they do use the bad pumpkins for pumpkin pie. I don't even know how that would taste. Could you magic better taste from food? I don't know. I mean, in Oz, I feel like anything's possible. Like, it just how it goes, you know. But yeah, so with that, also came this, a novelization of the film. As you can see, it's called Dorothy and the Green Gobbler of Oz. This is literally word for word everything that just happened. It comes with all the illustrations from the movies, chapters, you know, pictures of the different moments. And of course, you got Tyrone there riding the Green Gobbler. And apparently the Powder of Life there definitely can make the patches go away too. Here's Ozma in this next chapter, right? Oz is where the heart is, right? And everyone ends as to be expected, happily ever after. And I love that Aunt Em and Uncle Henry like completely aren't even fazed by the fact that there's a talking pumpkin head, a talking tiger, you know, a tinware man, and then of course the queen herself in the background. For if they could read book. Oh yeah, no, I would like that for sure. That sounds great. I would love for them to just like do more with stuff like this. You know, if someone could find like the rights to the movie and the books or in this and just kind of really expand on it. I don't believe there was ever any merchandising done with this film. It's so obscure out there. Like a lot of people just don't know about it. And I know I think it did kind of get its own DVD at one point. I think it even ended up on a VHS back in like the early 90s. But that's about it. There wasn't any like dolls or anything, no activity books. There might have been artwork, stills from the movie. Right. Like there's just a lot of things there that they could definitely do, you know, for it. I would really like to see this almost in an audiobook form. Like just for them to kind of act this out in some kind of audio drama. Like kind of change it up, give it a new update, see what it's like. And I definitely liked the addition of the whole Thanksgiving Day balloon at the beginning where the wizard had made the Green Gobbler as a balloon in reference to a Thanksgiving parade. So that's actually like, there's just a lot of little pieces that go really well and match up to a lot of the Thanksgiving traditions. They of course had all the food laid out at the very end, and I still can't get past that. Like the the aunt and uncle just like came out of the sky. Like they didn't even have any clue. Lost another house, except it didn't really lose it. So who's gonna get their property? Like, I feel like they're like whoever gets it now, like it's now up in the air because there's no way for Em and Henry to go back and I guess do right. Where's the green bean cat? Right, yeah, exactly. Like where's all the other stuff? And it definitely isn't a vegan layout. Although, would the hungry tiger have eaten any of the food? I mean, with his appetite, is he okay eating any of that stuff? I don't know. Like, but yeah. All right. So, let us go ahead and jump into another. Let's go ahead and jump into another poem here. This is called, let's see, this is called the Perhapsy Chaps. The Perhapsy Chaps. I guess, yeah, see, and I guess that's them. All right. Okay, so in a tiny house atop the hill lived Liza Ellen and little Bill. And Rags, the dog, and their ma and pa. And times were none too good up thar. Indeed, the eatins were woeful scarce, and fixin' and clothes most doleful sparse. Wow, okay. Yet they pegged along as poor folks will, pretty cheerful like. Do people that are... Yeah, okay. We're not going to go there. For little Bill and Liza Ellen could still pretend they had chunks and hunks of gold to spend in their imagination, like Dorothy. Well, day before Thanksgiving Day, they sat on a fence and began to play at wishing, and Rags, with his loving eyes, a twinkling, sat there a looking wise, and wagging his tail as if to say, cheer up, little friends, they'll come true someday. So that is the first part of it. This is kind of a longer poem, and as you can see, there is a little turkey here, and little people carrying the turkey there. I think those are little sprites, actually. All right, so continuing on. I wish, said Liza Ellen, that instead of fish and taters and moldy bread, we'd have a Thanksgiving turkey and ice cream. Ooh, wouldn't that be grand, squealed little Bill. Ooh, my, I'd just eat and eat till I nearly bust. And Rags could have one big whole leg. Couldn't you, Rags? There, see him beg? And Liza Ellen, shan't we wish for cranberry gel and a great big dish of raisins and nuts? And oh my, Liza Ellen, we clean forgot the pie. Is it the mince pie? The pumpkin pie? Well, don't tell Jack Pumpkinhead. No. All right. Continuing on. Of course there'll be pumpkin pie. And if you'll like mince too, take a sniff. Seems though I really smelled it, Billy. I can't. Woo, I can't with this right now. Oh, goodness. Okay. sorry. Wow. Okay, what's he say? A cookin', and then there's kinda silly. Let's wish for snow, and a dress for Ma, and a pair of boots, and a coat for Pa. And Billy, let's just be awful good. Maybe 'twill happen, oh, if it would. Is there a Thanksgiving Santa Claus that I don't know about that just makes stuff like this happen? Because I wish for lots of good vegan food at Thanksgiving. That would be my wish. And definitely some good food for my doggy. Alright. So let's go back real quick. Here is another picture here. Them getting kind of ready for the Thanksgiving dinner. Right, here's another picture. I think that's supposed to be a pumpkin with something, maybe some kind of cranberries around it. So yeah. Right. I was stuck on that part. I can't wait. These old school poems, this stuff just be cracking me up. Okay, let me get a water break from my Oz cup. Alright, continuing. So perched on the fence like birdlings gray, Liza Ellen and little Bill wished away till dark. And who do you suppose was near? Why, perhaps see Jerry. Because apparently we're supposed to know who perhaps see Jerry is. That's who, my dear. And he listened and smiled, then away he fled. That night, when the children were all in bed, the perhapsies came scurrying up the hill. Puff and Fluff and Perhapsy Will and all the rest, a dozen stumbled along with the turkey, and no one grumbled, though each was loaded beneath the store of raisins and nuts and fruits galore, of pumpkins fat and celery white and cranberries red. My, what a sight! The stars and old moons saw that night. All on the table the gifts they spread, naught was forgotten. Then off they sped. Alright, so now we actually know who these guys are in all these pictures. These are the Perhapsy chaps. Do they live in Oz? I don't know. But apparently if it's in this book, it has to do with Oz. Alright, let's go. All on the table, the gifts they spread, naught was forgotten, then off they sped. Won't they be happy when they awake and see these goodies? Perhaps he's sake? In that tiny house, stop the hill, Liza Ellen and little Bill and Rags? Well, I rather think they will, don't you? 'Cause that's how it is. Can I get little Perhapsy chaps to just straight up do all the cooking for me? You know? Right. Liza Minnelli, I love it. Right. Liza Ellen. It's little Liza Minnelli. Except none of these have the kids in them. They're all like the little Perhapsy chaps. I have never heard of these characters before. This is so wild. They just look like little sprites, you know. And they are definitely carrying a lot of stuff. Are they for hire? Because I would really need some help. That just sounds amazing. So here's a small poem called November. not the biggest kind of poem, right? So let's see. I'll actually try to read it this way. Oh, maybe I can't. Hold on. The sky is sort of grayish, and the air is sort of chill. It sort of looks and feels like snow. I wonder if it will. Maybe. Real short, really short. And that's it. November. Is that what it feels like in November? Yeah, pretty much. Especially where I live in Colorado. Oh, yeah. We got the snow in November, for sure. I'm loving these illustrations. Whoever did these illustrations, that is so great to me. That is so great to me. All right. Let's see. Oh. I'm not all that convinced. Oh, goodness, that's a lot. We'll have to save that for next year for sure. All right. Let us read this poem real quick. It's another poem called The Perhapsy Chaps. I guess they wrote quite a number of these. I don't know how well you can see in the picture, but this might actually be the Tin Man sitting here with maybe like a toy soldier, and of course the Perhapsy Chaps who still haven't said what exactly they are, but apparently they are Thanksgiving sprites. We'll just go with that. Thanksgiving sprites, because that's what they sound like. Yeah, that's actually really impressive. Okay, so let's see. Let's make sure. Oh wait, actually, not that one. I can't, because that's a long one. Actually, well, I could try to go through it. So this one, like the picture actually goes with this poem called The Perhapsy Chaps. The Perhapsies Cure the Squire. Okay? Perhapsies Cure the Squire. So that would make that person the Squire. Alright. So alright. Sorry about that. Like, we're gonna go continue on with the part 2. Instagram kind of just cut me off there, but let's hear a song real quick from the movie that we saw in part 1 called Beans in Your Button.
Bone and a believing heart. I guess you need those things, whether you're in the wilderness or in the land of Oz.
I could actually, real quick, let me flip this around. Let me zoom in.
With beans in your button, bone in your back, and a heart that wants to believe. Ain't nothing can hurt in this whole world, ain't nothing can make you grieve. You'll stand up to the bullies, you'll help the weak along. You'll never doubt when it all comes out, 'cause your heart will keep you strong. With beans in your button, bone up your back, and a heart that wants to believe. Ain't nothing at all can get you down, ain't nothing you can't achieve. You'll find you can't stop trying from early morn till eve. With beans in your button, bone up your back, and a heart that wants to believe. With beans in your button, bone up your back, and a heart that wants to believe. That goes for pilgrims, that goes for you. They built a new world, and you can too. With beans in your button, hold up your back and a heart that wants to believe. On a Sunday morn, you'll be reborn with thunder up your sleeve. You'll build a new tomorrow to live the dreams you weave. With beans in your button, the bone up your back and a heart that wants to believe. With beans in your button, the bone up your back and a heart that wants to believe.
All right, beans in your button. All right. So, as before I got cut off, here we have a Thanksgiving poem called "The Perhapsies Cure the Squire." Okay. So, if you remember from the first part, if you didn't see it, go back and watch the first part. Where I actually talk about what a perhapsie actually is. But hint, Thanksgiving sprites that apparently reside in the land of Oz. And can apparently fly anywhere. Okay, so the perhapsies cure the squire. The perhapsies one night, sitting out for a lark, chanced, so to speak, to fly across the squire's park. Said Jerry, "Now really 'tis a disgrace to have signs like this plastered all over the place. Beware of the dog, and no trespassing here. No tradesmen and butchers apply at the rear. Keep off and keep out. Surely all is not right. A little exploring will do here tonight." They peeked in the window, and there by the fire, all sour and dour, and glum sat the squire. "What a cross old curmudgeon," explained little Puff. "Looks bitter as lemons, rind flavored with snuff." Yeah. We're going to go ahead and ignore the tobacco joke there, and apparently an Oz poem. "I think," said the king, "that his trouble's deep-seated, and must in a matter unusual be treated." Jerry nodded his head, said nothing was worse'n a gloomy and glum hypochondriatic person. Yeah, we all know those people. "He imagines all food is impure and detestable? Meat, fruit, and salad, all things indigestible? He nibbles at crackers and actually thinks he knows what he's doing. His poor stomach shrinks till it's only half size. And his heart, it shrinks too." It's starting to sound like a Grinch poem here. "While the world said of pink looks deplorably blue." "That's right," echoed Mary. "Remember one thing, in the body of a man, 'tis the stomach that king." Okay, yeah. So I think with the squire, from the look in his eye, and the signs in the park, that his stomach's awry. My goody, was ever a mortal man thinner? Can I get that compliment? Because that's amazing right now. Why, all there he needs is a good whopping dinner. Now they flew to the back of the house in a swarm and carried the kitchen and pantry by storm. The cook was not there, and the old butler fled with one hand in his heart and one hand to his head. He didn't dare scream, dears, nor call anybody, for he blamed what he saw on a bit of a toddy he'd had. That's a drink. Y'all know what a toddy is. Hot toddy, right? Not but stale biscuits and cheese and crackers and oatmeal and such things as these they found in the cupboard. Could y'all make a meal with those items? I'm just saying. Good luck. chopped now. They away flew the hand, and straight away came back with the fat of the land, a duck and a chicken, some apples for sauce, fruit, taters, and flowers. Puff said he would toss up some biscuits, while on came a dozen more, rolling a pumpkin huge in the door. Right, Iron Chef. Chefs, go! Figure it out. Figure out what you can make with these minuscule items in the king's pantry. Alright, the goose was plucked, and the apples pared, the pumpkin scooped, and the task all shared. Puff, with flour in his hair and his eyes, mixed the biscuit. Huff made the pie. Gotta love the pie. Is it pumpkin? Is it mince? Who knows? There. Jerry had a pan of chestnuts toasting, and oh, the smell of that duck a roasting, mixed with spice, and that pie smelled simply heavenly. Even I feel hungry, and soon they're tickling round the old squire's nose. Now I'll be bound, there's chestnuts a roasting somewhere near. Reminds me of old times. Hum ho, oh dear. Pumpkin, right, there you go. Pumpkin could be minced. We can make a vegan pie with just pumpkin. There we go. that's what I like. Okay. Sighed he. Seems though that biscuits too and pumpkin pie. Now who do you suppose is cooking such indigestible trash? He muttered. 'Twas incontestable. I don't know what's going on with this king, but that sounds like a Thanksgiving meal if I ever heard one. You know, hadn't he proved it well long ago? But deers and ducks, first thing you know, he had reached the dining room, set and spread, the table stood. Puff at the head, the duck and chicken steamed and smoked. The perhaps he's grinned and joked. I tell you, the world has gone to pot. The old squire roared, who says it's not? And here we have the table set up. Sit down and eat while the dinner's hot, quoth Puff. 'Twill change your views a lot. Grumbling and fussing, the squire sat down and tackled a biscuit all golden brown. Incontestable. Right. Incontestable and indigestible. Apparently, this king has no appetite for anything but crackers and flour. And that was the very last he said. He just ate and ate and ate instead. What you need, said a king with a comical look, is plenty to eat and a change in your cook. That would be the king of the Perhapsy Chaps. Well, this story is done. They say the squire grew a different man from that day. He grew fat and jolly, and none could tell however he changed and grew so well, and so kind to every man and beast. He never told of the Perhapsy feast. Now, would you believe it, and would you suppose it? To this day, not a soul, except in you and me, knows it. Whoa. Do you feel special right now? Because I feel special. Yeah. That's funny. Alright, so that is the last Thanksgiving poem we're going to read. Let's kind of go out with a little bit of fun music here. with our thankfulness song. Little do the wave. Woo! All right. Good song. All right. So that'll wrap up our Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz. I hope you guys have a really good Thanksgiving. And definitely think about, maybe hiring your own Perhapsy chaps to do some of the work for you, because I'm still a little confused how we get them here, because I would really need the help. But yeah, with that said, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and thank you for hanging out here in the Land of Oz with me this week. Of course, next week when we come back, it'll be December, so we will be hanging out with a lot of Christmas in the Land of Oz themes for the whole month of December. If you want to check those out, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff over the next few weeks. I have a whole slew of things of posts on my blog. If you go into the link in my bio, you will see the link to my blog, and there's a bunch of posts for November. Feel free to check those out. And yeah, have a good Thanksgiving from the Land of Oz.